The question that is asked, Dear Anonymous, can you please explain to me what it means to meet the Buddha down the road and to kill him? First, I want to start off by letting others know that this is not a morbid, violent quote brought from wisdom traditions. It should not be taken literally. The road is our journey, and the Buddha is what our minds believe to be an external personification of an enlightened being or a sage. The idea that we have or attach to someone's appearance as being the Buddha or the Christ, these preconceived notions are what we are making a conscious effort to drop. We have to drop all the externalizing of another as one that we think has it all figured out, is enlightened. And this can also be applied to holding firm to certain techniques, to man-made traditions, being loyal to religions, sacred objects, creeds, dogmas, or holy books. These are all idols that leave us fixated and trapped, mired in illusions. This further perpetuates subjective distinctions of our conditioned thinking, sifting through the layers of details and appearances that the mind is so highly addicted to. Nobody has the right to be elevated and put on a pedestal as being more holy or more righteous, more special than another. This further strengthens the dualistic mind, keeps us in a state of limitation and separation and ego consciousness. Anybody that you see that is using these spiritual truths to look out to gain personal profit or power or fame, to keep the attention on their self-image and their personal narratives, injected and mixed in with the pure teachings. This spiritual trap keeps seekers anchored on the level of form, which eclipses their own divine presence from within. We are all in our deepest essence aware presence. Just as water is ice, and there is no ice without water, there is no person without awareness. It is imperative to clear all obstacles from the path. Let go of all cherished concepts of what we consider to be God or the divine. The attachment from pious practices, religious dogmas, external masters is one of the greatest dangers on the spiritual path towards liberation. Every form of identification or attachment is designed to bring on suffering. We must free ourselves, leaving everything behind by throwing away the colored glasses of preconceived thoughts, concepts, beliefs, and opinions, and see things just as they are. Let nothing, no matter how sacred or full of wisdom, come in between you and your immediate experience of your pure being. Unless we are courageous enough to radically take this step, we will remain stuck in the delusion of illusion, to the finger that points to the moon. Awareness is the key. Transcendence is the aim. We need to let go and be more flexible, creating more space to have access to the field of infinite possibilities, since we are infinite potential. We have to redirect our attention to our own emptiness, which is the source from within. And when we recognize that and we become open to the beginner's mind, we can see that we are all pure awareness, and at the same time, we exist in the temporary expressions as sleeping Buddhas all over the world. Self-awakening is surrendering to our original essential essence. The moment you ignore the internal and fix your attention beyond the pure seeing, you have missed or fallen back asleep in the conditioned mind. Develop discernment to separate the message from the messenger, the teachings from the teacher, and only focus on the message. Only focus on the direct experience that you have for it to be your truth. Do not rely on external personalities, then you'll just be going on blind faith. To do a quick recap, killing the Buddha is being mindful enough to do away with any mental concepts you have of a hierarchical image of perfection that one equates to enlightenment. Therefore, only focusing on the pure non-conceptual awareness that you are. All images, including spiritual images on the road, only serve as barriers to distract us from being in our ground state of being. It imposes separateness, a me, a road, and a Buddha, which is exactly the opposite of what being whole or truly one is. Any attachment or identification with form that we revere as truth, whether it be teachers or teachings, ritualistic practices or doctrines, are traps on the pathless path to liberation. If you are convinced that you have found the truth on the path of duality, then the point is missed. The images or perceivables that are placed before us is not enlightenment. The map is not the territory. The word is not the thing. It's important to deconstruct our conceptual thinking until we return back to the wordless, imageless state of pure, unassociated awareness. Since there is no personal self that can experience Buddhahood, there is no path. Once you realize the idea of a separate personal doer is an illusion, then the realization that there is no destination to reach for or achieve becomes apparent. The search for spiritual enlightenment comes to an end.